So, welcome once again to the Nerdy Basement. I have here the one and only Alex Hwang, the director of the upcoming film Something in the Woods. How are you doing today?
Good, good. Thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for having me. Really appreciate
Awesome.
it.
No, yeah. Again, the film was really interesting. I actually, when I finished watching it, I was like, okay, I want to see more of this because there's more that you can take in this film. Because there's a lot of mystery behind everything. It was really fun and intriguing to see it. So Alex, what inspired you to bring this story afold and then bringing it to the big screen?
Well, I always enjoyed reading folklores, from every country, different countries. And if you look, saw the movie, it's kind of based on, American Indian folklore, which is Wendigo. And the modern version of Wendigo is, the deer skeleton
Yeah.
with and but the original Wendigo wasn't like that. The modern version was kind of made up, changed over the time. So during pandemic, I'm like, let's do something. I have this little Wendigo story. It's mid of nowhere, the woods. We could go to Washington where nobody's gonna bother us. It was just five people basically, and two of them was actors slash crew. So and there was
Okay.
nobody around us. I mean, for in miles actually. I think we went one time to Walmart to get some food, but so I thought it was the perfect time to shoot that movie. So I mean, that's what we did. So we had a good Wendigo story that's a little bit different than modern version, and we had a four actors, and they were willing to go all the way to Washington, middle of nowhere, no signal, nothing, and and we wanted to shoot something. They said, "Let's do it." So that's how we came out to shoot that movie.
Okay, that's great. It's very interesting because I when I was like watching the movie, I'm like, I have so many questions, and right now I'm here. I'm going to be asking those questions,
Ask
because
away, man. Ask
because
away.
one of the things that got me very intrigued is that in this film you have a very very classic vibe of keeping the creature hidden until basically going to act 2 and moving forward to the final act of the film, because the only thing that you see are like little glimpses or blurry scenes that you see somewhat. What made you choose this approach to just let us see the creature at the end, though technically speaking, ending act 2 going to the final act?
Well, there's many reasons. Number one, budget.
Okay.
Okay, so we couldn't have. If you watch modern, movies that has 200-300 million dollar budget, they could do great CGI or practical effects and stuff like that. We couldn't. We were on string budget, so we have to work where. Okay, how do we make this more intense? Yet doesn't show the monster. Uh, we have to show the monster. That's the payoff, but
Yeah.
we can't show it right away. So also, I watch. I grew up watching the classics, Jaws, Aliens, and you never watch the full monster until at the end.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
see a glimpse of it. I mean, Jaws, it's a shark,
Yeah.
but the alien, all you see is a little glimpse of it. The mouth, the hand, the tail. So I kind of took that approach. So it's an old approach and it's a classic approach. Yet modern movies now these days, because he's done that so much, they show everything right away. So do I do that? Do I not? So I decided not to show the monster until the end, and hope that audience will forgive me.
Actually, for my experience, I actually did like the fact that the monster was at the end, because I was like asking myself, constantly like, what is the creature? What are we going to expect? What are we going to see? So
Right.
it's really great to, to just have it at the end. So you did mention that you recorded it in Washington, and again, you mentioned there was like pandemic. So what was challenging to film to make this film? Because I understand that I'm gonna piggyback to another question that I have. Did you get needed to get like permits or anything to be able to record where on the location that you recorded the film?
Well, the good thing was we were in Washington National Park.
Okay.
Funny thing is, there's a lot of mysteries surrounding the Washington National Parks. People go missing. They see Bigfoot, they see Dogman, but you know, did not know anything about that until we came back. But we shot during March and April, late March and April, and the parks were closed. Actually, the campgrounds were closed. At one place we were shooting, there were actually snow, so parks were closed. There was nobody at the camp area. We see maybe one or two campers, but most of the time the whole place was empty. So before the shooting, one of my producer, Pat Kusanati, and I flew over there and we checked out, we did the location scouting. So we know which part of campground or which part of a trail that we need to go to shoot it. So it was all kind of planned out way before. But as I said, good thing was because of pandemic, because there was nobody there, we had a little freedom to shoot anywhere in that area. It was great.
So I know that in the start of the film, you guys, the start of the film, you had like this little cabin. I imagine that you guys rented that out to record those starting scenes, and then the rest of the film it's in the park per se, right?
Right. The cabin scene, every cabin scene, we had one cabin that we had. So that was used for actually in the beginning. That other cabin was a local cabin that I stayed in with my wife.
Okay.
And I just kind of shot a little interior shot of it to make it look like it's a part of a different place. But it worked. It worked.
Yeah, no, it did. It did. It absolutely did. I thought that you had two different like cabins in the film, but wow, that the magic of cinema, I gotta say.
Yeah, it just worked. So she and I think we were in Big Bear, and I'm like, you know what? We need that scene in the beginning. What do we do? What do we do? She goes, well, why don't we just shoot it here? It's just interior. I'm like, great idea. Let's do it. So, I mean, it was what, 30-second shot, but it worked.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. So Alex, a very interesting note that you mentioned it at the start. There's not that many stories out there in terms of film. We do have seen it in video games. In the on the recent one of the, it's not recent, but Until Dawn does touches the basis of the Wendigo. But what made you choose, to choose this creature? Because it's a creature that it is popular in folklore, and people that do dabble in those type of like cultural experiences or cultural knowledge. But why did you made you choose like a creature that is not newly known in cinema?
I think that's the reason I did it, because everybody knows Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows about dogmen or werewolves. But Wendigo is something that you really haven't seen lately. I mean, there are a few movies out there that's, I think that the biggest one is Antler with, that came out last year. And I think it was this year. But I always had a fascination with Wendigo. I mean, if you know about the folklore or the story of it, it's about greed. You want more and more, and so the creature eats and eats and eats, but never gets full. He's always hungry.
Yeah.
It's a human nature. I think it's human nature to always want more and more and more. So I wanted to bring that to the film. It's like it's basically, sometimes that's it. You have to stop and look around and enjoy it. You can't always have more and more and more. And I think this movie kind of shows that.
Okay. So how was it working with Deanna Gomez once again? Because I know that you guys have worked before. Then I do have another question because it's a very interesting question on my side.
Okay.
But how was it working with her once again?
She's a great writer. I enjoy working with her. She actually wrote an action movie I'm doing in October called Bang Bang Betty. But
okay,
on this one, well, I don't like writing. It's just
okay.
I do like writing, but I don't. It takes me a lot of time to write something. But I could come up with the outline and storyline real quick. I mean, I have books and books, notebooks with the outlines and the story synopsis. So I give that to her, and she reads it. We have some Q&A, how the story's gonna go, and she writes it. And 90% of time, she comes with first draft that is almost to the idea or story that I wanted. So we have to change a few things, but other than that, no, she's smart. She's great writer. I mean, I would work with her again.
Okay, that's amazing. So this is where I wanted to go to the question is because I did notice that you have a credit on your IMDb that says Raving Woods, that it's a short, but now you have something in the woods that is the full length.
Right.
So was it that you did a short film first and then it came to be a full length film?
Original title was Raving Woods.
Okay.
And it was full feature, always featured. But I got hacked on that IMDb credit. Somebody add a whole bunch of it. I tried to take them out, but they keep putting it in. I don't understand who these people are. I tried to contact them on Facebook and say, hey, take your names off. This is not your movie. And since the name has changed, the title has changed to Something in the Woods from Raving Woods, I decided to put a new one in. Yeah, that IMDb, the Raving Woods was the original title, and he got hacked badly. I mean, this guy just adds so many actors and actresses, and he's a director. He's the composer. I'm like, so I'm trying to. I requested to delete it on the IMDb.
Okay, yeah, because I when I saw it, I was like, it's kind of I'm not gonna say that it's kind of odd, but it's not normal to see like there's like not many films that started as a short and then went to full length. So that's why I wanted to ask you because it's very interesting that it started on this and then it became this bigger thing. So
right,
so Alex, your director and executive producer of this film, were there challenges throughout the filming process and throughout making this film go be created?
Yeah, because we're shooting in Washington, especially in April, the weather is unpredictable. And as you know, Washington is one of the states that rains a lot, unpredictably. Yes. So we had, I think, 5-6 days shooting schedule. On this day, it's, usually when you shoot a movie, you have a shooting schedule that, day one, we're going to shoot these scenes. Day two, we're going to shoot these scenes. Yes. What we did was we didn't have actually particular days that we have to shoot these scenes. What we did was, okay, if weather's good on this day, we're going to shoot these scenes. If it's raining, we're going to shoot these scenes. If it's cold, so like first day shooting, it was great until about 4 o'clock. It started raining. So I'm like, actors are in the cabin. I'm like, okay, bring them out here. Let's shoot this real quick. Second day, it started raining really hard. So the scenes that we shot on second day actually was scheduled to shoot on fifth day. So we have to change stuff around based on the weather we were having that week, that day. And I mean, it was, I make fun of my actors and crew because they're like, it's cold, it's cold. I'm like, it's only 55, degrees. It's not that cold. They're like, it's cold. Then again, we're all from California,
Okay.
So so Washington weather is totally different. So they're like, it's cold. But I thought it was kind of funny. I wasn't that cold. I was wearing shorts most of the time. But no, we had a great time. But that was one of the difficult times, a difficult situation where we had to shoot based on the weather on that day.
Okay, so Alex, going to piggyback on that, the cast and crew, was it great working with them? Do you have any funny moments? Now that you mentioned that, that you guys had like those I'm cold moments, do you have any other funny moments? And was it good to, work with the cast and the crew?
They were absolutely wonderful. The Nicole, Vienna, we had Pat and Robbie. They were just phenomenal. They were great. The funny thing, as I said, Pat Kusnadi and I went there for location scouting, so we know where we want to go. So I think the third day we were looking for that thing, but it's been about 4 months since we were there. So I guess they must have a storm. So trees were falling down, and we didn't recognize the road at all. I'm like, is this right way? Is this right way? No signal, no GPS, nothing. So we drove back and forth for about 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, I know what it is, finally. So when we got there was snow, and they're like, oh, we're not prepared for this. I think that was one of the fun things. And the second one was, because there was a small crew, we were making our own lunch, sandwiches and stuff. And one of the actors goes, I'll take care of the lunch. I'll bring all the stuff. So we're about to eat. There's no ketchup, no mustard, nothing else. It's just a bread and ham. I'm like,
what?
Dude, I thought you took care of this. Where's everything? Oh, I don't like those, so I didn't bring it. Well, what about other people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah, it worked out. They, as I said, they were great. They absolutely few complaints about the weather, but they were rolling in the dirt. It was raining on them. They were driving. It was just phenomenal. They were just awesome.
That's so amazing. So Alex, I have another question for you. So seeing that the ending of this film it's a little bit open in regards to the character that we're following throughout the film, is there by any chance that we're going to go ahead and explore the Wendigo story, probably going back to that character, or are we just going to have like another storyline with another group of characters just exploring the Wendigo's folklore once again?
There is, and I've been thinking about this, where because it's the middle of the forest, and we can't find that certain character, I thought about sending a mercenary hired by her father.
Okay.
To find her, but you know what happened to her. So now she's the one who's going after those.
Okay. Okay. I get it. Let's not go into spoilers like that. People can go ahead and enjoy
you have to watch it. Yes, it is open, and I've been thinking about it, but we'll see.
Okay. We'll see. So Alex, I know that you have something in the woods coming out. So I know that you just mentioned that you're working with another project. But now that I want to leave the floor for you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other upcoming projects that you have working, or anything that's like future wise that you want to tell us and our viewers?
Well, yeah, that's great. So September has been really busy. September 2022. As you know, Something in the Woods is coming out on VOD and DVD on September 6th.
Yes.
Really looking forward to it. Then I have a movie called Prey in Cold Blood. It's a little action film I did a while ago, but we enhanced the sound and the color. Now it's being reintroduced on VOD platform. Prey in Cold Blood. And there's another movie we shot last year called Shelter. It's a apocalypse, apocalyptic sci-fi thriller / drama. It's premiering in Man's Chinese Theater. Okay, well, that's old time. TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood this Sunday, not tomorrow, on 11th at 7:30 p.m.
Oh yeah, there's like a festival going on that weekend, right? Yes, yeah.
Silicon Beach Film Festival.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's premiering that day. And also, there was one more thing. Oh yes, Bang Bang Betty is an action film. I started when I did the movies, started movie thing. I always want to do an action movie. So Prey in Cold Blood is like action. Then after that, I've been doing a little bit of horror movie and creature feature. So we're gonna go back to the basic, and we're gonna do an action movie in October.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. I'm super excited for what's upcoming. I did get to see your credit for the Shelter film. So when I saw it and read like the synopsis, I was like, this looks interesting. You got me with apocalypse. I'm like, I love anything that's like apocalypse theme. I'm in. You got me in. But I really do hope that at the release of Something in the Woods is going to be on September 6th, everything goes great for you. And I hope that the positive feedback like I'm having right now giving to you of this film, I really do hope that everybody likes it as well as me. And then I do hope that all of your other projects make it, just make it to get those positive feedbacks, and especially on the festival that you got this upcoming festival as well. So Alex, one more thing. Where can the people find you in social media like that they can go ahead and see your upcoming projects and be paying attention as well?
Thank you. Thank you for your praise. Really, the Something in the Woods, as I said, as you mentioned, is coming out on September 6th on VOD platform. I mean, we mentioned a few actors, but there's a few surprise guests, veteran actors. You know it, right?
Yeah.
So I hope people enjoy it. Where can they find me? If they put Alex T. Hwang, Hwang, on Google, you'll find my Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter. I think that's it. Is there anything else? Yeah, you can find me on those. And IMDb page.
Obviously, IMDb all the way as well. Alex Hwang, thank you very much for giving us this time like that we can talk about Something in the Woods and your upcoming projects. I really do hope that everything goes great and amazing on your side on these future films. And as well, guys, Something in the Woods will be available in DVD and VOD on September 6th. So don't miss it out. I will see you in the next one, in our next upcoming interview in the Nerdy Basement.
Thank you.